Part 2, Nike, we lit and we big with another story time. Real, that's me. Y'all already know I come on here with a ball and I don't do all that extra shit, you feel me? So, this is part 2 of my sex trafficking story. My sex trafficking story. My story of what I went through in real life. Ain't got to make things up. So, part 2. Alright? So I'm running to the leasing office. I get in there, I tell them what's going on, boom, boom, boom. So I'm like, all right, like, help me, please. So they call the ambulance, bop, 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 and all that. So I go to the hospital. I got to the hospital. They start trying, like instead of them trying, find these people and listen to me, like I'm 12 years old, they try to tell me, well, we'll find this, and you're going to, like, how are you going to tell a 12-year-old child that's a victim, that's telling you she just been forced to sex trafficking, you telling me that if I'll tell, I'm going to go to jail? So, me as a child, I'm like, no, like, I'm about to get the fuck out of this hospital. My mother kept saying, don't leave. I ran out the hospital. I went, I would lie to you, I don't even know how I got the fuck home. I know I got home. I didn't get home. But when I got home, back to Baltimore, y'all, like, for real, y'all, like, I never experienced nothing like that. Like, I mean, I looked at like a grown woman. Like, what my words, my mother words, it was like, my daughter looked like a fucking prostitute, like a fucking hoe. Like, I had heels on, like, tracks. Like, I could just imagine, like, if I see my daughter with that, I will really lose my mind. I want answers, you know. And, that really played a part on, I believe, why I started dealing with grown men. Because I was really violated. So my mind really was going through so much. I didn't have no therapy for that. I didn't have nothing for that. It was like nobody cared. It was like my brother, he was young at the time. You know, my other brother, he was a teenager. But it's like they boys, like nobody else cared to hear my story. Nobody cared to help me. So these people really got away with doing what they did to me. You know, nobody enforced, like, let's call the police, let's figure this out, you know what I'm saying, even if you got knocked door to door, I would know which one is the house, the phone, or just on the wall by itself that ain't ringing is just it for me. But, you know, I didn't get my justice. And I carried that for years. I couldn't even tell this story to my friends, you know, because it's something that I just keep within me. But I knew eventually I would have to tell the world. I would have to let people know, you know, because I see these things going on now. I see the sex trade. I see it's crazy. And you got some people that enjoy selling themselves. That's how you get put in this shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when my mother saw me, she knew. I knew when my mother, she knew that somebody. I never dressed. I was dressed like a little girl. And after that, I got worse. And then that shit don't help you your self-worth, because all you gonna think is, oh, you can use your coochie for anything, or you can use your private area to pay your bills. That's why females think the way they think, because some of them been molested and been raped and been put in sex trafficking or forced to do this. So they feel like the only way to get their money is to sell themselves. No, it's other ways. It's other ways. It's really other ways. It's jobs. It's self-employment. It's get to a bag and get your own business. You know, I'm just learning these things, and I'm 30 years old. But what came with all of that came with what I'm going through now. Because every day I was with them people, I was put on e-pills. My brain wasn't even fucking developed. You know, I don't know what else them people was giving me, but I know I wasn't smoking no weed. You know, they would give me weed, but I didn't know nothing about no weed. I didn't even understand none of that until now, today, at my age, growing up. That is not the way. Protect yourself. Know who you're talking to. Keep your circle small. Always protect yourself. I don't care if you got to carry mace, tasers, because if I would have known, I would have carried it all. Don't be friendly. Everybody ain't your friend. Everybody ain't your cousin. Everybody ain't this and that. Everybody, some people real twisted. They play that way the whole time they set you up. You don't trust nobody but God. Love yourself. And I'm out.